Just beyond the Italian mainland, in the island home of the mythical Cyclops, the awe-inspiring cliffside village of Taormina is beckoned to poets, artists, writers, and scholars for thousands of years. Intensely Italian, uniquely international, Taormina is a world-famous Sicilian village with cultural ties to ancient Greece and Rome, medieval empires of Europe and North Africa, modern Italy, and now Auburn University. Taormina, at the crossroads of the Mediterranean, is the summer home of the Italian Studies program in Auburn's College of Liberal Arts. It is here the students experience firsthand the language and customs of Italy in a small town like Auburn, where it seems everyone knows your name.
The locals just come up to me and be like, "Ciao, Whitney," and everybody kind of knows my name, and I just think it's really fun and interesting that it's that quick to pick up on.
The Italians are really friendly, and we've met a lot of people that when we walk down the street, they know our names and they say hi to us, and it's really kind of neat.
Part of the college's on-campus program in Italian Studies, the Sicily program offers a minor in Italian for students in a wide range of majors and introduces other students to Italian language and culture. Students can enter the study abroad program at the elementary, intermediate, or advanced level, or take it as an independent course. But Taormina is more than a place for students to study. When the College of Liberal Arts launched its summer program in Italy in 2006, students found a treasure trove of learning opportunities. On the northeast coast of Sicily, they found a land of beauty cloaked in 3,000 years of legend, history, and culture.
It's a wonderful experience. This is the cradle of Western civilization. Still, the languages we at Auburn mainly teach. So coming to Sicily, obviously we have Arabic culture influence, you have the Italian, you have Greek influence. So it's really what even the US is based on. So it's a wonderful opportunity for our students, and it's great.
Sicily is the perfect place because we have been dominated by so many other cultures and civilizations during the years. I mean, it started from the Greeks, obviously, the Romans, the Normans, the Bourbons, the Spaniards. So we have this kind of intercultural, multicultural already within one culture, the Sicilian culture. And obviously we are still pretty close in communication with other regions of Italy, which are other cribs or other civilizations. So it's kind of a melting pot of everything, and I think that's why obviously it's of more attraction and interest to visitors and students in general. Auburn is one of the few American universities to offer a summer program in Sicily, where students can experience all the wonders of the Mediterranean in one location. Students enter the program from a variety of disciplines: communications, English, psychology, and engineering. Their common desire is to learn more about the world, with Italy and the Mediterranean as their classroom.
Since I'm a communications major, just being able to communicate with just a whole bunch of different people, and just it was so easy, and I was really surprised that it was so easy for me. So definitely the experiences that I've already had through my communications classes, and now getting to use that here, it's just really been helpful.
I definitely would like to try to use this with my career, doing radio, television, and film and communications. I would definitely like to come live here maybe for a few years and work in Italian cinema. Maybe one day, we'll see. But also just in general, this has helped you out just because it's really nice to kind of be put in a place that you're not used to and you're not very familiar with the language, and so it really is good to try to make yourself work a little bit to figure things out, and you get disappointed sometimes, but it's a really good process of learning, I think. And so just this whole experience has been amazing.
Alongside faculty from the Babylonia Italian Language School in Taormina, faculty from Auburn's Department of Foreign Languages and Literatures introduce students to Mediterranean cultures that shape the Western world.
We started with the language, with the Italian language, and then we expanded to a more broadened experience because I think that when people decide to go in a certain place, it's not just for the language itself, but it's also to understand better and more about the culture, about the traditions.
Babylonia's courses also provide broad exposure to the daily life and culture of modern Italy, with instruction in Italian cooking, wine tasting, decorative ceramics, mountain biking, and scuba diving. Adding to the international experience are classmates from other nations, like Sweden, Finland, and Japan.
We went to Etna, the volcano here on Sicily. We went with bus with Auburn University. Yeah, we had a very good time together. It was very fun.
Babylonia, it's an international school, and so I've made friends with people from Sweden and England and China and Asia. China and Japan and all over the place. And it's so nice that they speak English, and so you end up learning about all these cultures. And it's really fun because right now the World Cup's going on, and so you have people from Germany and Switzerland and of course Italians that are here that are very, very immersed in soccer. And so it's an amazing culture experience to go out to and during the night to watch soccer games with these people from Europe who soccer is very dear to their heart as Auburn football is to us.
I remember some of the Auburn students when they arrived, I was asking them, you've been here only for a few hours. How do you expect Sicily to be? How do you expect Taormina to be? How do you expect Sicilians to be? And obviously there were a few stereotypes coming up. That's quite normal. And then afterwards, along their stay here, I saw them really somehow changing their minds, but especially integrating with the community here, getting to know locals and become friends with them. And I think that it's really the understanding that people is the same all over the world.
Taormina offers glimpses into the past at every turn as the village descends down the side of Mount Tauro to the beach at Isola Bella, literally beautiful island. Every twist and turn of the town's winding streets presents surprises. Amid breathtaking views of the sea with Mount Etna in the distance, the 2,300-year-old Greek theater hosts classical plays, concerts, and an international film festival each summer. Outside of class, students sit in a sidewalk cafes, gaze over an ancient Roman theater and a church built by the Normans in the Middle Ages. Along its medieval streets, the town offers a diverse collection of Greek, Roman, Norman, Byzantine, and Saracen architecture, as well as buildings decorated with dry ceramics at every turn.
I think that this is a life-changing experience. You learn so much about yourself, about other people, about the world itself. If you stay enclosed in the United States, you don't really get a concept of the way the rest of the world works. And I think coming here really gives you a perspective of not only how people perceive Americans, but how Americans perceive other people. And I think it's really important to get outside the bubble and learn more about the world.
This most Mediterranean of Italian towns has inspired such luminaries as the great German poet and philosopher Goethe, the English playwright Oscar Wilde, and novelists such as Virginia Woolf and D.H. Lawrence. The narrow streets and wide piazzas are often lined with aspiring artists and street performers, as well as sidewalk cafes serving fine Italian food and drink and the world's best ice cream, gelato.
I'm obsessed with the gelato. That's good.
Side trips take students to the thriving historic city of Catania and Palermo with their fabulous cathedrals and wealth of art and architecture. Another journey goes past the legendary home of the one-eyed monster Cyclops, and on to Mount Etna, Europe's tallest active volcano, where, according to legend, Zeus imprisoned a dragon that threatened even the Greek gods. Students also travel on their own to Florence, birthplace of the Renaissance, or Rome, the Eternal City.
And the Duomo was what I liked the most. I had no idea structures like that even existed in the world today, and the level of detail was outstanding. We stood there for almost 45 minutes just looking at it.
But it is Taormina that Auburn students call their summer home, and with good reason. In contrast to large cities, but very much like Auburn, students quickly find a warm welcome and develop close friendships among the town's 10,000 permanent residents and a small core of international students. The people here are so friendly and they're so energetic. It's really hard to meet a stranger here after living in the city.
I'd have to say that Auburn and Taormina comparatively, both kind of small town atmospheres. You walk anywhere you want to go, don't need to drive. You really get the sense of closeness to the people. I know Albany is more of a college town, less population, there's not school, but like I said, the small town atmosphere is really what it's about. Venite in Italia, come to Italy, visit it, it's beautiful, you love it, you'll have a great time. Come to Italy.
It is extremely important for our students to have an international experience. Language, of course, is an extra benefit if they actually learn the language over in Europe, in this case Italian, but just for the cultural experience, it's enormously important. You gotta just accept the fact that there are different people in a different country with different values. And since you're stepping away from the stage and you become the audience, your mind is a lot more open to accepting these values, not measured on your own, but just have them stand on their own. Taormina also has the great advantage that you do not just get confronted with Italian culture, but there are so many other nationalities that you find in Taormina, including at the language school. There are students from Japan and Sweden, France, and just living with them in a dorm for 4 weeks will also greatly open up your view.
Ci vediamo a Taormina. See you in Taormina.